Hello guys, in this video I will be changing thermal pads in my Zephyrus M16, and as I will be disassembling the cooling system, I will have to change also thermal paste, or in this case liquid metal. So I will be doing it all together. I've got, I think, all the parts to do it. Also I have some thermal pads with different sizes, but I'm not sure that they are the right thermal pads, and I haven't seen their specifications for their thermal pads, and there are no videos about it. So as I see it, I will be the first. So I will have calipers to measure the thermal pads, and I will show you. Of course, I'm having cleaning wipes, some isolation in case the processor won't be isolated already around, so that liquid metal, in case liquid metal will escape and will make a shortcut. Okay, let's start. So for the beginners, for all, I will be starting from the removing the back. As you can see, I'm leaving all in place. Next step, I should detach the battery. Now there is no power, and I can disassemble the cooling system. First, I will remove the coolers. I don't see how they are attached here, so I will leave it here for now. Not so straightforward. It's being held here in this part, and of course in this part, so it was under the heatsink. And I will also leave it like this for now, like this. Now I will remove the screws that attach the heating sinks to the processor and GPU. And you can clearly see that here is the thermal pad and it leaked. So this is the reason for changing this. Now, in ideal life, I can lift it up. Also this screw. You see these wires go through the radiator and they go to the monitor, to the display. So I should somehow separate them from the radiator. I don't want to disconnect the display. No, I think I should detach everything. And this is the easiest way. Yep. Yes, less complications if you are doing like me, I think. So now it should be free to be lifted up. Right here, this one. Yep. And what we see? I will make a photo for you. What I see is that there were either no thermal pads and this all was thermal paste, this here everywhere, or it is a thermal pad that totally liquefied. First I will try to measure the thermal pad's thickness. Or something that looks like thermal pads. Something like this. So it's 0.5 millimeter thickness. Or maybe, and I think it would be a best solution here, or maybe I should use a thermal paste here. I think I will try thermal paste, because thermal pads, I will see if I have 0.5 millimeters. No, I don't. And it's not because I don't have it. I want to use thermal paste. That's because how it looks. It doesn't look like it used thermal pads at all. It looks like it used thermal paste already. So first I should clean it all. So the GPU had thermal paste and the CPU had liquid metal. Okay, I will be cleaning first with this. The liquid metal is a pain to remove, so I've used dry swipes, but they helped, but not totally, because they mostly are used to distribute the liquid metal. So I'm using my usual wet swipes for removing thermal paste, and with my tweezers, and I think it works. I'm wearing my glasses because the pieces of liquid metal are so tiny that they, you see, the contacts here may look the same as the pieces of the liquid metal left here. Well, I'm first time working with it, and I may say it's a pain. Can you see this? That the processor has some kind of burn, I think. I will clean it, I think it will be fine, but it has a burn on it, so I think it didn't have enough liquid metal. It wasn't distributed well on the factory, because as you can see, I haven't opened it yet, so I will be using my hand. And also, if you have liquid metal on something, throw it out. And I think you should use gloves, because I'm using this 5th, I think, swipe, and my skin is already a bit irritated. And I don't have gloves now, so I will be continuing like this. And the same burn is on the other side. So I don't think I can do it any better. So next I will be cleaning radiator part. I will try to remove liquid metal with this. I will be doing it gradually with my finger. It works. I will try to remove it with the dry swipe. Yeah. So the radiator plate has the same problem as the processor. It has some burns or something else, something chemical maybe. I don't think that Asus used incompatible aluminum for this. I hope it's nickel plate, and it's just, you know, something that is normal. But either way, I should clean it well. Now I will be removing thermal paste from flat surfaces. It should be easy. So next step is a wet swipe. I won't touch the thermal pad of this one. Looks like it's 1mm thermal pad. I can change it, and this thing is the only one here for this thing that looks like actual thermal pad. Everything else is just thermal paste or liquid metal. So I've made a photo how it looks like now. I will place it somewhere on the screen. I believe there shouldn't be any liquid metal left. That's why I'm using my finger. If I can take it with the tweezers, then it's metal. I recommend you tweezers with such thin edges. I think I can add some thermal paste and liquid metal. I will be using Nactua thermal paste, and I hope I have enough of it. But I won't use too much, because you see everything is so tight here. I don't think I need a lot. I have no idea what these things are, but they were using same thermal paste as other components. And I want to use here maybe thermal pads. Well, I'll see. So, first of all, thermal paste to the GPU, and you know, it was covered like maybe I will use the radiator side. Oh, I've forgotten to clean one component. I will add thermal paste right here, and I will distribute it with the spatula. This GPU has difference in height between here and here. I think they used just extra thermal paste to compensate it. So this is what I will do also. Yeah, I think it's pretty handy using the radiator side. For those two, there is not enough space for my spatula to distribute the thermal paste well, so I'm using both sides. So again, I can't distribute very well the paste on the edge components on the radiator side, so I'm using extra paste to do it on the components. This is just extra GPU place, and they just used the thermal paste for this place just because it's their standard. So no, I won't use it. So everything is almost ready. The last thing is the 1mm thermal pad. It should be very conductive, but it is not easy to use. And I will remove the old one. Now the tricky part. I should add and distribute the liquid metal. So I'm having the most common thermal grizzly one, and I will be adding a tiny bit of it on the chip. First on the chip, and then I will add it on the radiator. So I will be using already a bit used stick. You just need to go with the metal, I'd say. So you just move from the center to the sides, distributing the metal on the chip, but not out of the chip. Try to avoid it. I'm doing it for the first time in my life, but I've seen a lot of videos about it, so I think you may have seen them too. That's why I know that I need only a tiny bit of liquid metal. So as I see it, it is fine. It is all on the chip, no free places, free spaces. And same thing on the radiator part. And I think I will move it now a bit. Sorry, I've seen that my camera was off, so I'm assembling it back. Luckily, I've made a photo before assembling it, and I think it will be useful. And now I will connect back the display. I think it's fine. Now this thing, I think it's wireless module. I don't know why it is connected. Maybe it's connected to the antenna. So now what's left? To connect the battery back and to fix it in place. Now let's test it.